Welcome, episode 59 of the Underwear Hour.
58.
58?
58.
I'm calling BS
Big
on that. I
5'8".
think 59.
Is that Gary
58.
Brackett?
It is Gary
We
Brackett.
are
Kenny Moore plus Marlon Mack.
6 weeks into the year.
No, damn, that's 48.
Get a 10 in there.
Derek Rhodes plus Marlon. Dominic Rhodes plus Kenny Moore. No, that's an 8. Okay. No, yeah, that's right.
Marlon Brando.
No. Marlon Mack plus Dominic Rhodes. 33 plus 25.
Dominic
Okay.
Rhodes is 33?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, we'll fact check that. We won't.
I believe so. God, I
believe
was
it.
stumbling.
I believe that is correct,
You got me
though.
tripping. Oh, stumbling.
Oh.
I don't know
What's the
any of
next
them.
one?
I don't know. I don't know any of them.
Yeah,
Tripping,
man,
stumbling.
I'm falling in love. How'd you guys hunker down during the storm yesterday?
Pretty neat.
Yeah.
They said, stay away from the windows. So I went and pressed my face up against the sliding glass door and watched the trees blow around.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was like, yeah, it's like not shit. I don't know why I'm like nervous about a tornado or whatever. And then I was going to bed and then the siren went off and I watched the news and they're like, yeah, we are seeing some circling winds on the east side. And I'm like hearing the siren go off. I was like, well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to like just maybe step
Maybe
away,
just
get
stay-
away from the window.
stay
Maybe.
awake
I don't
for
know.
a
I was
little
like,
bit.
I'm fine.
But you're hunkered
like,
down.
it's not shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's not shit. But I was at the same time, I was like, dude, like, fuck, is this gonna just like?
But you're hunkered
Fuck
down
me
in the
up.
freaking wood.
Yeah, but I literally was at the point where I was like, let me go grab my wallet. Let me go grab these other things that just in case a gust of wind were to shoot through here, 80 mile per hour wind. Let me make sure I don't lose my wallet in this.
I did.
I actually thought that for some reason. But I was like,
did.
it's like, let me grab my keys and my wallet and let me grab my stack of cash
Nice.
just in case.
The cash stack definitely is liable to blow away in the
Yeah.
wind.
Zip the pocket up. Was like, just in case.
I thought
Don't want to
about
lose the ID
Wait,
in this
what-
tornado.
When you were in bed, you zipped all your belongings in your pocket?
Yeah. It's like, no, I'm not worried about a tornado. And then I went to that length of like zipping my keys and everything in my pockets.
I thought you just like moved them back to your room away from your big window.
No, in my pocket.
I thought you like
In my
stayed, I thought
pockets.
you like stayed up and were sitting on the couch, like
No.
ready to evacuate.
No, I moved.
I mean, that's a move you make when you're outside.
Yeah.
What? You would already have your stuff in your pockets if you were outside.
I know, but like the zip up is just like, wait, better be safe. It's windy out.
Yeah.
Zipping them
yeah.
up in your pocket.
Well,
in
a
your
tornado
bed.
would be the ultimate wind.
Yeah, I know, but
That's what I'm preparing for.
I mean, I know where you live, a big brick building. You're in the basement. You're Gucci.
Just in case.
I guess better be safe than sorry.
I did
I
prepare
was just thinking the
just in
one
case.
thing I'd be shitty about was that. Like,
That's
fuck,
true.
fuck losing my wallet. Like,
Yeah.
and all that other shit.
I grabbed the wall. I was sitting there with my flip-flops on, and I was like, I guess if a tornado hits right here, I should probably have real shoes on. So I went and put some real shoes on and like grabbed my wallet and put it in my pocket just in case I had to run to the door. But I didn't get further than that.
I didn't think that far. I did move to the basement when the siren started going off,
Yeah.
but I literally just was in shorts. No underwear, no socks, no shirt.
Well, we were on the second floor, so I was like, I mean, if the roof peels off here, I'm going to run straight for that front door. So I guess I should at least have my wallet.
That's true, yeah.
I was just sitting there on the couch. I was like,
You're in the danger
this
zone,
comes
too.
off. We did it. We had a warning.
Yeah.
We had a warning. It got crazy for a minute. Not like necessarily where we were at, but they were like, the north side's getting hit. The west side's getting hit. There's tornadoes here, there. And I was like, damn, it's getting kind of windy out there. And then everything kind of died down. And then at like 10:40, they were like, hey, there's a tornado hitting you guys on the south side. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, everything just got calm.
Yeah, that's what happened. Everything went. The sirens went off the first time. Move everything downstairs. Like 10 minutes go by. I'm like, this is so dumb. I'm about to go back upstairs.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I'm like about to say that out loud, it's like, whew, it's like just hear the wind
yeah.
pick up. And I'm like, damn. So then it did that for like 25 minutes or so. Then it chills out. We go upstairs. And then the sirens go off again, and it's chill as fuck outside.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even raining when they went off the next time.
Dude, it was weird. In between all the fucking crazy winds that felt like they're going to peel your roof off, it was just still as can be outside. Like hardly any rain. It's weird, man. Nature's weird, fickle bitch.
Yeah.
Weird ass.
I don't like it.
I don't know how many actually touched down either.
Multiple.
Yeah.
I think there.
I think there was
like 4 or 5.
But I think from Arkansas, like, up to the northern part of Indiana, bro, I think they reported, like, fucking 10 or 12 of them yesterday night. It's kind of wild. The ones that touched down in Arkansas were fucking huge, bro.
Yeah, they get the big
I saw
boys.
clips of
Yeah.
some of them that just look massive.
They get the big boys down there in the
I
alley.
swear to God. I saw the dash video of a cop who's just like driving on the highway, and then there's like a fucking F4 tornado, and he just puts it in reverse and starts backing up. And I'm just like, bro, I think maybe turn the car around and get moving.
I went to the Pacers game last night, and when I left,
Stop. For real?
Yeah,
Nice.
I got a last minute invite from a friend who had an extra ticket. We left the game in that storm, and I'm just looking at him at a red light. I was like, dude, this is crazy. We might actually be like huddled up in a ditch together in a minute.
Yeah.
Just like, we might just have to abandon the car and hop in a ditch for a second.
Yeah,
he was like, fuck no. He's like, we're staying in the car. I was like, no, they always say you got to get out and find a ditch,
Gotta
dude.
find a ditch.
Gotta
I would
find a ditch.
You know what I would do? I'd park the car in the ditch, stay in the
Yeah,
car.
fuck it.
You're probably like him. You'd huddle up in a ditch with the dude. That's probably what both you guys.
Hey,
would
I'm
bro.
going to need extra weight to hold this down if the tornado comes through. My 165, 175 ass is just...
Yeah, you do need a tornado shield. Was it a
I'm
big
just
body?
gone.
Was it a big body friend?
No, we would have been fucked.
Oh yeah.
You guys would have been huddled up, holding
dude-
hands like this and going around like you were fucking skydiving.
If the dude who was there heard me just say no so fast that he'd be like, what the fuck?
Dude, you won't hunker down with me, bro?
We'll talk.
You think
off
I'm not
air.
big body?
I need to know who this is. We'll talk off air.
Yeah, but Pacers had a good win.
They're cooking.
Hornets are kind of giving up. It looked like they didn't have Melo Ball or Brandon Killer play. So, but Miles
That's
Bridges
hilarious.
popped off.
There's one in the chamber.
Popped
No.
off? Really smacked us in the mouth, didn't he?
Yeah, he smacked us in the mouth a couple times.
That son of a bitch.
Left a black eye or two.
I'm telling you, man. He's just beating us. Just
Yeah.
beating on us all night, seemed like.
But we did win. I took -9.5 live. I don't actually know what we won by, but we won by more than 9.5. So
Nice.
that was nice.
The Hornets, I got to give them props. You got to give credit where credit's due. They seem to be tanking every year and still not getting any good players in the draft and
Just
continuing
loading
to
up.
tank.
I think Melo and Brandon Miller are both good.
They did. Those two,
Bridges.
they hit on both of those. Well.
Did they draft Bridges?
I think he got
Oh, yeah, that's what I
traded.
thought. I thought he got traded there.
Yeah, I
I
get what you're
don't
saying.
remember, but they've hit 2 picks out of the last, I don't know how many. They're getting into 76ers territory now.
Oh, you know who was on their roster that I was like, I didn't even know he's still in the league.
Cody Zeller.
Nope.
Mason Plumlee.
He went to USC.
OJ Mayo.
Nope. That would
Wait.
have been a crazy one. I think he damn near played with him. Maybe.
Brandon Jennings.
He's a forward. Big man. Bald now.
Taj Gibson.
Shane Battier.
Taj Gibson.
Boom.
Oh yeah, I didn't know. he
Dude,
was in
Taj,
I didn't see him on
he'll
the
fucking retire,
bench.
and then he'll get a call around playoff time from a team to be like, yeah, sure. And then he'll come and play for like half a season with them, and then retire again, and then get another call next year. Tom Thibodeau calls this, he's probably got him on fucking speed dial. I think Tom Thibodeau's brought him out of retirement like 3 times.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't even know. He wasn't even at the game.
He was on.
So
like
he's on the Hornets now?
Yeah.
Now that surprises me because they have no chance to win anything. So I don't know why he would be wasting his time there.
I always check the rosters to see how many players are on the team that are older than me. And they only had 2. And it was
Yeah, Hornets are young.
Taj Gibson, born in like 88 or something like that. And then
Damn.
I wish I could remember. I don't remember.
88?
I can't remember who the other one was. And then the Pacers always have James Johnson, and there's another. I think there's 2 on the Pacers that are older than me. It just makes me feel
Yeah.
older and older
It's
every year
probably
that I go to
just-
Pacers games. I
Probably
look at
just
that.
James and TJ.
Oh my
TJ.
God.
I think
Yeah.
it was TJ. Yeah.
Tej.
TJ. Yeah, he's probably only like fucking 3 years older than us.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Really weird.
If you ask me,
Because
I'd
he
say he's
feels
like.
so old.
Yeah, he does. I'd say he's like 40.
Bro, I remember like when Miles Turner got drafted, I was like, wait a minute. I think he's younger than me. Or he's very close. And I was like still in college. I was like, wait. Why is he playing for the Pacers? And I'm like over here. And then I was like, oh, yeah.
Wait, is my dream over?
Obviously.
Yeah.
Is my dream over?
I was sitting there
Is
like,
this
obviously it's because I'm white. It's not because he's fucking a foot and a half taller than me.
He doesn't have a better shoe
Can't be
game.
that.
Dream dead. I officially wasn't a one and done Division I basketball player.
Shit.
Like, you can't say that. You got eligibility left.
Yeah, but would I be technically one and done if I never played a college sport?
Yeah. I mean, 1 year of eligibility. You didn't redshirt while you were there, did you?
No.
Okay, so you're good then, yeah.
Yeah. That'd be a one and done.
Even if you redshirted, you'd be one and done, right? Or no?
Well, did you
I don't know.
redshirt?
No.
Okay, well then we don't need to know.
Yeah, we don't even need. Yeah, we don't even need to
Well,
dive
that's
into
a
that.
good question.
That's a great question. Tap in and let
I
us
think
know.
that's just an opinion.
If you redshirt,
do people-
and then play 1 year, I think if you're a redshirt freshman, you have to be one and done.
Do people ever redshirt in basketball?
They have to.
Yeah,
Robbie Hummel redshirted 2 or 3 times, I think, because he kept tearing his ACL.
yeah. People
That's a
redshirt.
medical red shirt. It's different than a regular red shirt. Like a football red shirt is just straight
Why
up
do
like,
they-
I'm not going to play. I'm not going to waste your eligibility.
Yeah, bro. Why do all of a sudden do people... Remember when that wasn't a thing? When people couldn't just be like, I'm just going to wait to use my eligibility until I'm like 26.
I feel like redshirting.
Until I'm more athletic.
Yeah, until I'm Stetson Bennett and I'm 27 when I win a national title.
I feel like redshirting has been a thing for a long time.
It has, but like a regular like dudes can just be like, nah. I don't feel like I never heard of that until like a couple years ago.
No. Redshirting was around when we were kids.
I mean, I knew medical red shirts were. I didn't know you could just be like, hey.
In football,
I didn't know that
I thought
either.
it was only when you had like eligibility problems
in
or something.
football was always like, I mean, it might have technically been a medical red shirt, but like
Yeah.
a lot of freshmen who are like not big name recruits,
Coach is
They
just
can't
like,
play
look,
with- they
look at
can't-
that.
yeah.
Your knee is all swollen up, dude. You better take a red shirt
You
this
just
I
year.
think
can't
they
play
do
with-
that in college basketball.
Yeah.
Still.
you
I
can't
just
play
think
with
it's
those
rare.
dudes. They're just like straight up like you're too small, slow, and not mature enough to play with
Yeah.
grown men yet. So you're not going to play, but you still have a lot of potential.
Well, that's only if you don't declare as a woman and go play women's football. Then you're ready to step
Do you
right
get
in.
4 years of eligibility for both?
Women and men's sports?
Yeah, that'd
Ooh,
be kinda
ask Leah
sick.
Thomas. Didn't she do male swimming for a second?
Maybe.
She did, yeah. But you know what we should do?
What?
Forget Leah Thomas.
Yeah.
Just
How?
Let's give her a flower. That's not what we should do. That's a sidebar. Let's give Leah Thomas her flowers.
Remember Leah
Let's
Thomas,
remember
but
Leah
let's move on
Thomas.
from the topic.
yeah.
Let's move on for now. We'll come back. We'll circle back
Never
to Leah
forget
Thomas.
Leah Thomas.
We should start the NCAA Women's Football League. Why is that not a thing?
And just just trans.
Well, no, we don't. We obviously can't play in it. I don't have any eligibility left. I use all
Yeah,
mine
you
in
do.
intramurals.
No, you have more eligibility than anyone here.
Maybe. I got
Honestly,
more.
maybe I should be the star of the team then.
Yeah.
Quarterback?
No,
No, I'm a
an
running back.
actual women's NCAA lingerie league.
I do look
Calm
pretty
down.
good in lingerie.
Why calm down?
It just seems a little frisky. They already got one for like grown ass women, not college kids.
Yeah, that's no fun. Who wants to watch grown women? Yeah.
College girls are like 20. That's not weird.
Yeah, all right.
Let's all relax here. Don't call me a weirdo. They're
Well,
like,
you just came up with an unoriginal idea, but lowered the age. That's all you did. So yeah, it came off weird. You're like, ooh, let me come up with the lingerie league, but lower the age.
All right, you know what? Fuck it. Why not start a high school lingerie league?
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking more like professional women's league.
It's not funny.
Like with class.
That's not
That's not.
funny.
That's obviously not what I'm laughing
Full
at. I
fits.
thought about something I said earlier. That's
Full
obviously
fits.
what I was doing.
So full unis, girls football.
They should
I
actually
think
have
they
to
should have to
go-
wear pants all the
should
way
go-
to the ankle, maybe off the front of the foot too, over the cleats.
Amish. They wear Amish outfits over their pads.
Hijabs.
I was gonna say just go old school. Just go old school pads, the big boys, the real ones.
Yeah, old school pads with the Amish outfit. over
Leather
the whole
helmets.
thing.
Bring the leather helmets
Why does it have
back.
to be Amish? You just wanted
'Cause we're going-
18-year-olds in lingerie, and now
We're
you want them
going
fully
opposite.
dressed.
We're going to the other side of the
One
barrel.
team, each team gets one horse and buggy. Now we're talking.
No, each team gets one electronic
Donkey and
device.
buggy. Oh, okay. Each team gets one phone. They get to rotate checking Instagram throughout the game while they're on the bench.
And there's like a max timer for the whole team. So like if Becky takes up too much time and when
Ooh,
Sarah
yeah,
comes over, she's
screen
going to be
time
shitty.
limit.
There's like a team screen
Screen
time.
time.
So when they come
Yeah.
off the bench and they're like checking it out, they got to be cautious and
And that's going to result in a 15-yard penalty. She's gone over by about 8 seconds, it seems.
go get a, 8-yard penalty
Yeah.
for every second you go over on your
And
screen
the
time.
Swear to God.
It's a yard penalty.
The people in the booth are like watching them look down and like try to lock the phone in time, and they're just like,
Timer.
time's just going by. It's like she's not even close.
You can see the red ring around the phone as it lights up. Like, and it's still not locked yet.
You remember when wrestling, bro, the people that would throw the towel when the round was getting? Just fucking people sitting all the way up at the top of the stands in the press box. They just got a towel rolled up and just throw it. Hit her in the back when her time's up so she knows.
Is that real wrestling or fake wrestling?
Real wrestling.
They throw towels?
Mhm.
I didn't even
If
know
the
that.
if the ref is like laying on the ground, like looking
Yeah.
at something and can't see the clock, if it gets down to like 5 seconds till they got a towel that's like rolled up in tape. They'll just throw it at his back.
Huh.
It's pretty cool.
Wrestling's weird.
It's real weird.
Are we talking real wrestling?
But yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
okay.
like actual like folk style wrestling.
I was like, that sounds like cheating
Not
in
that
WWE,
foot
dude.
stomping, hair pulling crap Abe Lincoln was up to. Speaking of which, we gotta dive into that, don't we?
Yeah, we do. We don't have to rush into it. We only got 2 matchups on the day. We could just end it. We could do all of it today, too. We could
know
decide
what?
a champion if we wanted to.
Here's what we
Yeah,
do.
that's true.
Here's what we do.
We actually probably should.
Yeah, we probably should because it's about to end, too.
We dress up as these guys, and we actually fight it out and see who wins.
So who am I going to be? Because that's who will win.
You'll be the ref.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
You two is kind of fair.
No, we're not gonna fight each other.
Oh.
We're gonna find random people in your house to fight.
Royal Rumble.
My house?
Yeah.
You guys
Final
are
We're just
Four.
gonna walk upstairs right now, and the first person I see.
You would still lose.
The final
Okay.
four. The final four is
Okay.
actually all at once. All 4 just in the ring at once for the final 4.
Oh, that'd make it
That would be
interesting.
shiesty.
That would make it interesting, but we can't switch it up now.
No.
We could.
Maybe the next time.
Who's to
could.
say we can't? We own this. We are God on this podcast.
We could do that. We'll ask the listeners what they want.
You know what we should do? Actually, we should just throw the whole bracket out and restart.
Yeah,
it.
we could seed it up and restart from the jump.
I'm down 100%.
Just go back and delete all the old evidence from Instagram. Just start it fresh,
Yeah. I mean, we
and
can
then
get
just
in.
pick the same people.
We can get into it right now if we
Do you want to get into it right now?
I don't care. Zach's the one who brought it up.
I just didn't know. Didn't have a segue for anything else.
I had one question that I was going to ask that I asked at work the other day, and I got one response, and then we all laughed and couldn't come up with any other answers.
I'm intrigued.
I was asking the guys I was working with, what do you think if you worked for the cartel, what would be the worst possible like job or like duty that you could get assigned if you worked for the cartel? And do you want me to? I'll listen to your answers first, and then I'll tell you what he said.
Well, this is kind of a double-edged sword here, but getting whacked is probably the
That's
worst.
not your job you're assigned. That's something that happens to you.
Yeah, that doesn't count. It's got to be like
Eventually, the job gets
task.
assigned to you, and they're
I
like,
mean,
dude, you're
A
whacked.
single task.
or it could be like your job for the rest of the month or whatever.
the
You know what I
wor-
mean? It's like a
The
El
wor-
Chapo's like, hey, I need you to do this, and you're like,
got you.
fuck.
The worst thing would be just be the fall guy. Like, oh, I got to go to Mexican prison for 10 years. Fuck.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you're probably
I mean, you're probably living pretty good. It's probably like mobsters in the 40s. but
once you get to
still.
the actual jail, he's probably got the jail bought out. So the guards in there are probably cool, but it's the cops that are taking you there. They're probably trying to rough you up.
No,
Probably getting paid off.
They're
You
probably
think?
all getting paid off.
But-
You're probably basically not in jail, but you're still in. It's probably like if you ever watched Escobar, it's like his prison was not prison. He built his own prison, and then like
Literally just had like a pool, girls, soccer,
pool.
like a whole stadium.
all his boys would have chicks rolling like every single
Wait.
day.
Yeah, and that
Were
was
they
his
eating
prison.
burgers and dogs too?
Yeah, probably.
Probably
actual dogs.
Probably eating Colombian food. which is
Glizzies
probably better.
and
Probably
ladies.
actual dogs.
That's not jail.
Pedro.
Somebody should go get this guy and take him back. Make him really do it.
Dead.
But the answer
What?
that my coworker gave, like without hesitation, was like, "Dude, he's like in Mexico cartel. He's like fucking roofing." He was like, "Imagine that you got to take care of like one of the roofs or the sheds. Is that shit that's going on out there in the middle of that heat? Fuck that." He's like, "You probably got no experience doing it. Fuck that."
Why would they put someone in the cartel on the roofing?
Why would they, I mean?
They have unlimited
have-
They
money.
gotta just contract. a
So
company.
if they have a, okay,
got
so
it.
now you are roofing for the cartel.
Yeah, but
that's
just,
my point. They
just
have
for a
to
couple,
have.
just for a couple days.
Yeah, but if you're roofing
Yeah, but if
for
you're
the-
roofing one time for the cartel,
But-
you're roofing forever.
But I will say this though: if you're rooting
not
for the
just
cartel,
quitting.
you better fucking believe you got experience. They're not getting some Joe Schmo to fix a leak in the roof.
It's also
There's
like
no
it's
way.
not like
I'm saying
they're-
you're out in the jungle and the shed's fucking
Oh.
falling apart on top of all your cocoa leaves, and you're like, dude, we need somebody to fucking patch up this shed right now.
Oh no,
You're
that's
like,
just
God fucking damn it, dude! It's 98 degrees outside.
that's makeshift. That's just whoever the hell's managing it is just telling a couple dudes who
So
powder
yes,
up stuff. So yeah,
you're acting like
I get what you're saying.
somebody
now.
is getting tasked.
I was thinking that
I was thinking like
thinking
actual roofing, like putting shingles down.
Yeah,
I thought you meant like at the.
they have fucking roofs on their houses.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
you meant
but-
like doing that like the
they've
cartel
tasked
leader's
somebody
house.
to do that shit.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's hard.
And that would be a shit
Obviously,
job.
Them jungle sweatshops. I'm not cut out for that.
No,
I'm dehydrated just thinking about
Yeah.
it.
The jungle sweatshops.
Yeah,
Where they
it's
like
too hot.
process all the cocaine.
I would like
I
to
feel like they're
get
out
a
in the
job
jungle,
with the
though. They're
cartel
literally
in the air
outside.
conditioning.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, it's too hot.
I think
hot.
it's
What
not
do
a
you say?
literal sweatshop.
Yeah.
Well, that's
yeah.
what I say. You can't say jungle sweatshop.
Just saying
I'm
it's
picturing,
hot
like
as-
outdoor jungle, indoor sweatshop.
What, a
Hot
jungle
as fuck
shop,
jungle safari fucking
drug hut.
drug hut that they
Too hot.
produce all the cocaine in.
Too hot, and there's got to be mosquitoes going crazy out
Oh,
there.
Probably
nuts.
not.
But here's
Probably
my
not.
question.
With all the fucking chemicals and shit they got
That
out there right
also
next
could
to
be
it,
true.
there's probably no chance there's bugs flying around that bitch. Probably got
Would
barrels of
you-
gasoline out there.
Would you want to be the guy that tests it all? That's another job I don't think I would love.
That one probably doesn't have a
Just
long
have to be
life expectancy.
On coke all day and just pray that the guys mixing it are just not fucking stupid.
I have a hunch here they don't test it very much.
They definitely got to test
Well,
it.
they do in the shows.
They don't care if they send out a bad batch of cocaine. Why the fuck would they care?
I think they would care. Because then people stop buying cocaine when they hear that all the drugs are laced.
Where the hell do you think the fentanyl comes from?
But literally
Goes from
people will
China to
stop.
Mexico to America.
People will literally stop buying cocaine when they hear that it's laced with fentanyl. Yes, literally, yes. I mean,
Smart people
Yeah.
do.
yeah.
A lot.
Cocaine is laced with fentanyl randomly all the time. I know a bazillion
Yeah.
people that still do coke all the
I
time.
know a lot of people that have literally sworn off buying it
I
because there's
believe
fentanyl.
you.
laced.
That's true.
What was fucking this then?
Because that-
you're
there's-
saying no, and I literally know people.
There's because they're not
There's
like
both
real
sides.
cokeheads, and it's not like I'm talking about in totality.
So
cocaine usage.
my little ass in Indiana happens to know a handful of people, and you think that there's like a small amount of people that stopped buying it because of that?
It's definitely not.
When
as
I
many
just know
people
a
as
handful in
keep
this tiny
using
ass
it.
little town.
Not as many that keep using it.
Yeah, but you're automatically losing business.
I don't know what the argument here. Drugs sales are probably up more than they've ever been in the history
Why?
of America.
Why would you say that?
Because I bet
with
it's
the
true.
deadlier fentanyl out there,
I bet it's true.
like scaring people away.
I bet it's
Let me
true.
call my coke dealer and see.
I
You
don't
have to
think
look
it
it
is.
up. I mean,
I don't think that's
yeah,
true
you're right.
at
It
all.
might not be as close as
Yeah,
maybe,
you're like
but
they're sending deadly drugs out and business is booming.
it
There's
is
no
booming,
way.
though. They're like the richest
If
people
alcohol
in the
started
world.
killing, like if alcohol was starting to like kill you after 3 Bush Lights, nobody's fucking buying Bush Light.
Now we got to Google.
I don't know. There's a lot of junkies out there that'll buy it just because it'll kill you.
They would buy it if like
They
one.
But I'm
love
saying it will push.
overdosing.
It will.
It will.
It's not going to enhance your
It's gonna
business.
push the rational people out of the business.
It's not going to enhance your. You're not going to
Yeah.
get more profits off of killing off your customers.
No.
Yeah, but also a lot of cocaine that gets sold is used in crack. And crackheads don't stop using it because there's.
Yeah, but crack cocaine is made differently than cocaine.
Yeah, but it starts with cocaine.
Correct.
Regular cocaine.
Correct.
How much crack would you smoke?
I mean, there's like one website says it's been up, one website says it's been down. I don't know. It's hard to judge that. But I'm just saying cocaine's not going anywhere, and there's fentanyl.
I
in
would
a lot of
love to
cocaine.
know.
And all I was
would
saying
love
is that
to know.
fentanyl doesn't help the business.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily think it hurts it either.
I don't think it helps it.
If it hurt it, then no one would use cocaine.
You're
anymore.
struggling to. You're struggling right now.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you're refusing to like give any leeway on your stance here.
No, I have not. I said
Yes, you did.
I
You go,
just.
I said it doesn't help. You go, well, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah, it doesn't.
If it doesn't, if you're agreeing that it doesn't help, then how does that?
I mean, if
What the
cocaine
fuck? Like, you're literally taking both
if cocaine
sides.
tomorrow suddenly had zero fentanyl in it, obviously the sales would go up.
Okay, so then what? Like,
But like it's baselining, I think. I think by now, if you were going to stop doing cocaine because fentanyl was in it, sometimes you would have stopped. It's been like 5 years now,
yeah, business is not booming because it's
but it is
You're-
booming because it's an illegal drug market. It's always booming.
no.
It might not
yeah.
technically be as big as it was in the 80s,
That's
but it's
what we're saying.
still,
We're literally
like-
saying that it's not getting bigger and bigger off of drugs killing people.
But it's not going anywhere. I'll say that.
Right, that's what I'm saying too. But I'm saying it's not getting bigger, and you're struggling to say yeah to that.
I mean, they send out drugs. You should say
You're-
that they
what?
care if they send out drugs.
You're saying
with
everything-
fentanyl
you're
in
just
it.
dancing around all
They
of
literally
it.
do it on purpose. This all started because you said the cartel cares if they send out
No.
drugs.
No.
with yes, it
no,
did.
No, it didn't.
Oh,
It-
well,
no, it
check
didn't.
the motherfucking
I promise. This.
tapes.
You know where it started.
Well, check the motherfucking tapes.
Look, you don't even want to listen. You
That's
know where it
where
started.
my argument
Go
started
ahead,
right
go ahead.
there.
That's not where it started.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
Okay,
It
where did it
literally
start?
started
You tell
when
me.
he said that they tested it, and you go, they don't test it, and I said, I think they do, because they wouldn't want to fucking send out. And you
think
go,
they-
they
I
wouldn't.
think-
And you go, they wouldn't want to send out a bad batch.
That's the start of the argument right
No.
there. That's what I.
No,
okay.
what did you say the start of the argument was?
hold on,
What did you say the start of it was?
you
What did you
better
say
hear.
the start was?
I just what you
What
just said.
No. You did not say it. No, you did not.
You got an extra sentence on you.
Yes, exactly. I got a whole extra fucking sentence. You're in the second sentence. That's not the fucking start.
That is the start.
You start in the second sentence of a book? Dumb fuck.
It's the very beginning of it.
No, you start on the first sentence where the fucking argument started, where the whole debate started. I'm testing it.
Hold on.
You start a fucking book on the second sentence.
This is time out here. Let's time out.
He said they test it. You said no, they don't. That's where it started.
That's not where.
That's where it started.
Okay, fine.
And then the next sentence you said
the reason I said they don't test it is because they don't care. That's why I said that.
that wasn't the start though.
But it was.
It wasn't.
It was. Because I said that because that's
You
what
already
I was saying.
You already said. You said what I said. You said that too.
Because it was the same thing. That sentence is the same fucking thing. You're throwing in extra words.
How, dude? You literally have melted my brain.
No, you've melted mine.
No, because you just said that what I just
Why did
said
I-
was the
okay,
start of the
okay,
sentence,
okay,
but that's
okay,
not
okay,
what you
okay.
fucking said.
Why did I say that they don't care? That they probably don't test it very much? Because why? Why did I say that?
Because they don't care if they have a bad batch.
Thank
the
you.
second sentence.
No, but
Yes.
it would. Those were jumbled together. Those two
Literally.
things were very, very.
But
Those two things were
the
100%
whole start
related.
was testing. Testing was the main word of the start of the argument. Testing the batch.
And they don't care that they test it.
Yeah, but you didn't even say that testing was the start. Like you're literally just not wanting to
They
admit
don't
when you're
care
wrong.
if they send out bad drugs, so they don't test it. Fine.
We'll go
I'll
back.
add
We'll
that
go back.
part.
No, we'll go back
No,
because you
you're
want us to
saying,
go back.
what
No,
you're
you want us
saying
to go back.
We,
You want
we
us to
can
go back.
and
We'll
it'll
make sure
say
we
that
go
I'm
back.
right.
No,
And then you
it
start
won't.
saying they do care if they test it. They send out cocaine laced fentanyl all the fucking time. Literally all the time on purpose. Because they make a
On
bajillion
purpose?
dollars. Yes, on purpose.
Okay.
They take the fentanyl from
I'm glad
China
to know.
and they
Hey,
put it
by
in
the way,
their
FBI,
cocaine.
he's in cahoots with the cartel. He knows all about their operation.
Read a book, bro. That's what they do. They
Read
do it on
a book.
purpose.
Give me the
Yeah.
book. Tell me the book. Tell the people what
Read a-
book to read. Tell the people what book to read.
Read an article
This guy just
online.
can't fucking admit when he's wrong and make shit up on the fly. Listen to him. Tell the
You're wrong.
FBI that he works with the cartel.
You can't admit
and give
when
me the
you're wrong.
book. Give me the book that you've been reading that I need to read.
Oh, man.
Can't name a book.
No, I can't. You're right.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's called a figure of speech.
So, do you guys think you would like to be a cocaine tester, or
No. No, I would not.
Does it seem like I would need to be?
I'm
They're
torn.
probably like, Evan, you're out.
By the way,
My face
you
feels like it's on fire.
accidentally dropped a gem when you were talking, bro. Cocaine Tomorrow is a fantastic name for like a podcast or anything, really. A lot
You
of
said
stuff.
Cocaine Tomorrow.
You were saying something like
was the start
Cocaine
of the
Tomorrow is XYZ, and I was like, damn, Cocaine Tomorrow. It's kind of hitting my ears hard right now. But
Pretty
anyway,
cool.
Yeah.
I think
It's
one
a
of the
classic
worst
cartel
jobs.
just making sure all their drugs are nice and pure before they send it out.
Telling you.
That's the name of the game in the cartel.
You saw
That's
Making
exactly what I
making
said.
sure
Put
they
words
don't
in my
kill
mouth.
anybody.
You
Put
saw
words in my
Tuco
mouth.
was testing that stuff out before he sent it, bro. He was sniffing it off the knife.
Tuco was a low-time meth head.
Okay, you're not gonna act
You
like
don't. You think that
low
all the
scale,
fucking people working in the cartel are just clean as a whistle?
low scale? They met in a junkyard, bro. That wasn't low scale at all. They went on a third party scene. The deal? Come on.
Oh, man.
But anyway, I digress.
Yeah. I'd say taking the fall would be the worst thing to do for the cartel. Taking the fall and going to Mexican prison. Or worse, American prison. Because that probably
That
happens
actually
too.
would suck.
Yeah.
That would probably be the worst. Getting extradited.
I think throwing guys out of the boat would suck.
Yeah, killing people would also not be chill at all.
I
If
think a
it's a
submarine
gun-
job would suck too.
If it's a gun to kill people, I don't think it would be too bad. But I think they do a lot of killing with machetes.
That would be actually
that
fucked.
would
That'd
be
be fucked to be
horrible.
asked.
Dude,
Go
they
chop
would
it, dude.
never be able to
they
do
like
that.
chop people up. They do
Yeah.
help.
If that's like an initiation.
Yeah, I ain't never gonna be able to chop a fucking body up.
I'd rather be the chopper than the choppy, though.
Gives me cold chills both ways, but I guess I'd have to.
How
be on
chopped
that
am I
side, too.
getting?
Dead chopped.
Fuck.
Are you, or is it just like a warning chop? Like, by hand.
Would you rather lose,
Count
get your finger
2
chopped
chops.
off or chop off a finger? That's really the question.
I'd rather chop one, obviously.
Yeah.
I can't really picture it as much. Can we make it a wiener? If you
Well,
would
no,
chop
'cause
off your
if-
wiener or get your wiener chopped off.
Chop off a wiener. Or chop your own wiener off. If you pick your own wiener,
Well, I'm
that's
not
the most
chopping
suspect
my,
thing.
not chopping
I'm
my
not
own
getting,
wiener.
like,
Someone else is chopping my
He's
wiener.
over here thinking about chopping people up and getting chopped up.
Definitely, you don't want your wiener chopped though. You're gonna have to chop someone's wiener.
How
All right,
about-
finger. We could chop a finger. I'll chop a finger.
What are just any chop someone's leg off or have your leg chopped off?
Now, see, the leg is an interesting one.
Because when I said I'd rather be the chopper than the choppy, both you kind of were like, eh.
Can I give both legs and then pick my height afterwards with the?
Okay, just answer the question.
That's a genuine question. If they're only taking one, I don't want it because I'm gonna have to be the same height. If they're taking both,
You can't attach new legs on you.
yeah, the prosthetics.
You want prosthetics to make you taller?
If I'm getting prosthetics, I'm gonna make myself taller. Yeah,
I agree. I
wonder-
feel like that is a good idea.
I wonder if they usually make you taller or shorter.
you get to pick.
Do you? How do you know?
I know a guy from college who was a double amputee. I think he was born without both legs.
He should have been made himself
he said
6'9".
I didn't
That's
hear
what-
this
yeah.
from him. I heard this from people close to him, and I'm not naming names here. I heard you get to pick your height and your foot size.
What's his name? Just kidding.
John Doe, actually.
Height and foot size?
That's
that's
word on the street. I can't say for sure, obviously.
This
I don't
would
know for
work
sure, but
10 times out of 10 is you have a prosthetic leg and you look at a girl and you're like, you know what they say about big feet, and you just get like size 30 shoes. And then you like slide
Literally
up your
rock the cloud
pant,
shoes.
slide up your pant leg, and it's just a prosthetic leg.
the only thing I can say for sure is if I go get fitted for prosthetics and I don't get to pick my height, I'm gonna cause a fucking scene.
Yeah.
No, you have to be the same height you were. Why? Who the fuck is coming to regulate this?
I feel like it's just based on the prosthetic you pick.
Yeah.
You know,
I wonder if the doctor like helps you out with like proportionate recommendations. They're like, I don't know, based off your size, like you
Yeah.
look like you should be about 6'2".
they could be like, dude, if you go 6'6", you're gonna fuck your back up.
Yeah. The taller you are, the balance is a little
Yeah,
struggling
yeah.
for you. You're gonna be wobbly.
I
be tough.
I bet you do gotta stay
Imagine,
somewhat
though,
in
you
between.
You're like
Get
you just wanna
legs
get
that are
funny with it.
long as shit, bro, and then your arms just look miniature.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You just want to get funny with it, and you're like, can you make me 5'3" with size 18 shoes?
Can you 5'3"? He's like, can you take a little more off down there?
Yeah. Yeah, you make it so you're just tall enough where your dick like hangs out to your ankle. You're like, yeah, I'm kind of
Kind of hung, tickles my ankle when I walk,
and
no big deal.
and you have the shoe size to match.
I feel like just this tall, like just an inch tall prosthetic.
Just want to know
With
what
like
it
the
felt.
15s.
Want to know what it felt like to have my dick hit the floor. So, you know.
Yeah, and you know what they say about big shoes. And he just pops 15 on the table. Oh,
Like,
shit.
wow, you're only 5'3", size 15.
Or the opposite. The guy's like, can I be 6'8" with size 7?
That's a
just running around on
legitimate tipping
toothpicks.
hazard. You walking around
Ding, ding,
like
ding, ding,
6'3", 200 pounds on size like 6 shoes, bro. You might just tip over. The wind blows
Yeah.
real strong, and you get broadsided by that wind, and you might face plant.
That's true.
Whip him up like Dorothy. Oh, shit. And things would be sparkling in the air.
Oh, I just thought about this. All right, this just popped into my head.
This is gonna be good.
It's gonna be good. So buckle up. Now stay with me here. Mary Poppins, right?
Had an umbrella.
She had an umbrella.
Yep.
Let's just say it was possible to travel via umbrella on windy days.
I.e.
Would
Mary
you do
Poppins.
it? Yes. Would you do it?
If I'm Mary
But-
Poppins, why not?
Yeah.
Well, you're not Mary Poppins. You're Leo Haste. But it's faster than the car because you can straight line it. But the steering is
Little
only
OC.
65%. It's only 65% that you can land it like exactly where you're aiming every time.
Well,
I think
then
I'm gonna do it,
no.
There's
Phil.
a chance.
I think I'm gonna do
There's
it, Phil.
chances that you're gonna hit like a tree or something.
You're
I'm
gonna
just not landing.
die.
Well, yeah, but that's
No.
part of the fun, bro.
I'm not. You just got to be smart with where you're landing.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not landing right at the front door of work. I'm just going to be landing out in the big parking lot.
I'm gonna land it under the power lines.
Yeah. I think that's what or I'm going to go for a big field every time. Just like a couple miles away from where I need to be.
Even in fairy tale land, flying an umbrella is not faster than a car. There's no way.
It depends on what. I mean, if you live in the middle of the city in a metropolitan area and you can just fly over the trees, straight line where you're going, bro, you can cut that down pretty good. No traffic.
So what about when you're flying through the air? What's your percentage on accuracy there?
I mean, you can fly. You can fly. You can float. You might not be able to go like directly at it, but you can, float through. Pretty straight line.
I mean, I would do it. So depending on if I'm going to like a beach, yeah, I'd do it because it doesn't really matter where I land. If I'm going to like a city, yeah.
Doesn't matter where you land. What if you land on a shark, dude?
No, probably not. That'd probably scare me away.
If I got that spoonful of sugar on me, I'm I'm up for it.
Does Mary Poppins have a spoonful of sugar?
Yeah, helps the medicine go down.
She keeps it in her pocket.
Really?
I don't know.
I think it's in the bag.
In the,
I think she pulls everything out of her bag, doesn't she?
Spoonful of sugar.
She
That sounds
keeps
like
a
a
baggie?
euphemism for some.
Helps the medicine go down, she said.
She keeps it in a little bag.
Yeah.
I think the bag was massive, if
She
I
have-
remember
ooh,
correctly.
Does she have like an endless bag? Purse?
I think she does.
Oh, nice.
I think so.
Now
If I
that's
remember
a
correctly.
fucking
I haven't
hack
seen
I'd
Mary
like to
Poppins
get.
in a minute.
I don't know if I ever watched it.
You never heard the
Never seen it.
take a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. Medicine go down. So whenever the kids take cold medicine, she gives them a little spoonful of sugar.
I don't know if I actually remember that. I feel like I remember some like Mary
Chim chimney,
Poppins.
chim chimney, chim chim chiroo. Blah, 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 blah.
None of these are ringing a bell.
Damn. Yeah, you guys haven't seen Mary Poppins. That's
I have
crazy.
not.
I feel like there's a Mary Poppins song I know just from like pop culture, but I'm trying to think if I actually ever watched it. I don't know if I did.
I can't even picture the bitch, bro. I just know she had an umbrella.
Was it a cartoon or a movie?
I always remember being real, like real people, but I feel like maybe there was
I remember she
cartoonish
was
effects
actually
in it.
flying around the city. I was
But I think
in.
it was like cartoon. I think they almost did like
had to
a
be CGI.
animation crossover, if I
Like she
remember
was
correctly.
cartoon while she was flying and then turned into a real person?
Or like jumped into like a cartoon world. I feel like I do remember some type of cartoon aspect to it.
I'm picturing a Rudolph.
But it
type
definitely
of
was a real
drawing.
girl. It's the girl from another movie we've all seen a zillion times and we love it. The Sound of Music.
Oh, yeah. They're Nazis.
Yeah. I think she's the maid is Mary Poppins. Like the lady who's looking over them all.
Oh, really?
The housekeeper.
Faux, a deer. No. Doe, a deer. A female deer. Ray, a drop of golden sun. Fa, a play. So long, long. Wait, what?
I don't know.
Fa.
I was following your lead.
I don't even know what we're doing. What's this from?
It's like
Sound of
fa,
Music.
a distance,
Sound of
a long, long way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's something like that. I don't know. That's not the right thing.
Is this
but
informative?
No, it's do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Oh.
La, ti.
So I guess I'll do da
Yeah.
da. Something like that.
Is one of them's like
Damn.
T,
Sometimes I
the
forget
one
I'm
that
mic'd
follows so. Like one of them's like La, the one that follows so.
Yeah. The
Do,
one that
re,
follows
mi,
so.
fa, sol, la, ti, do. So la,
T, the
yeah.
one that follows
I think it's
so.
La, the one that follows so. Something
T.
like
I have with the biscuit.
Crumpets.
that. Something, a drop of golden sun.
Yeah, we nailed that. We took choir together.
We did 3 years beginner's choir. Everyone only took one. Couldn't cut it.
I
Couldn't
honestly
hack
couldn't.
it.
I couldn't figure out if I was a tenor or alto.
I'm about
Or,
to say, let me
or,
guess, bro. You probably weren't even a
No,
baritone.
don't be a tenor. Alto's a girl.
Oh yeah,
bro.
that's what I was
Alto's
saying.
a girl.
I think I was low key alto though.
Hey,
I
were
think I had
you?
the voice for an alto.
What's baritone?
I was a tenor,
baritone.
but I think I
is
should have
a
been an
Deep
alto.
voice.
bass. Well, we called him bass.
Bass.
I don't know.
It's all about the bass.
Yeah, no treble.
No
I don't
treble.
know. Baritone might technically be like
Yeah, I was meant to be an alto.
baritone's either lower than bass or higher than tenor. I think. Is it
I think baritone's bass.
baritone?
I think so.
Is it
think so.
lower than bass or is it the
Or
same
lower
as bass?
than bass.
Yeah,
I don't know
lower than
anything
bass.
about music or
That's
singing.
because you didn't take beginner's choir.
You're
Yeah.
right. That's probably why. It's because I
You don't
skipped
even
straight
know
to advanced choir and I was so lost I just dropped out.
Do re do do re mi re do do re mi fa mi re do do
Give me
re
a
mi
beat. Can
fa
you give me a
so
beat?
fa mi re do do re mi fa so la so fa mi re do
No, I'm just
do
kidding.
re mi fa
Could've
so
ripped it,
la
though.
ti la so fa mi re do do re mi fa so la ti la so. Damn it! I always fuck it up right there. Can't do the whole thing.
That was impressive though. I tried to keep up with you for like the first 3 and lost it.
Telling you 3 years, I got that shit down pat.
That actually was kind of hard bodied though. In choir, they would be like, "All right, altos, we're gonna start you on that song," and they'd be like, "Do," and they'd start fucking going, and they'd be like, "And then when I get you guys start it,"
Yeah.
and you'd be like slightly out of sync the whole
Yeah.
time. It was just
What
like
was
the
that? You
whole
guys were
fucking
squaring-
squad.
were you
was just
squaring
like-
up the whole
And the
time?
whole squad was just swag surfing. They're just do,
we
do,
were just
do, do,
swag surfing in beginner's choir.
do, re, do. Yeah, something like that. Choir was sick.
You guys ever done karaoke before?
Couple times.
Yeah,
For real? I've never actually done karaoke before
multiple
either.
times.
I've never been to a karaoke bar.
First time I did it, I did a rap song, and it was a terrible decision.
Did you do it in
Nice.
town, like in Indiana?
I did one at Brothers.
Okay.
Then I've done one in Louisville. Then I've done one at Shy K
Brothers here or in Bloomington?
here.
Really?
I feel like I just let it rip
what I
more
did.
when I do it out of town.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's where I did.
That's when I really let the N-bombs fly.
Yeah.
That's when I did a rap song. I'm like, man, it's a dangerous game up here doing that one. Dangerous. And that was like a long time ago.
Yeah.
Some people may or may not have been
Yeah.
a little more liberal
Yeah.
with a word of that nature. Not me personally, but
The R word.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
But yeah, I definitely feel more free out of town when I'm on that.
Oh,
I
I
got
also
the
did it in
juices flowing.
Mexico.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
What song? Then
It
you
was
probably
It was a Red Hot Chili Peppers
just
song.
let the N-word.
No, it was,
Was
Red
it-
Hot Chili Peppers.
That's
Was it
why I went
Hotel
to
California? Spanish
No,
version?
It was Red Hot Chili Peppers. Welcome to Hotel California.
Bro,
Wait,
I've
is that
heard,
the Eagles?
yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Oh.
The Spanish version's on the Entourage soundtrack, and it's kind of a bop.
I'm sure it is. Spanish remixes go hard.
Hotel California,
California de Hotel.
Bienvenido.
donde está es biblioteca? Please tell me, Pedro.
Vote for Pedro.
Oh,
President Strikes?
fuck, man.
I saw an Instagram account. Sorry, one last
you're
thing.
good. No, go.
Sorry, fuck what you were
it just made me, us talking in the accents made me think of this. There's this account I've been seeing of this. It's called like My Foreign Roommate or whatever, and it's this college chick who every time she talks, she's just like, "Hi," she's like, "My name's Elishova." She's like, "And my roommate is having me try ramen for the first time today, so here we go." And she'll like make the fucking ramen and like make a mess a little bit or whatever the fuck she eats, and she's like, "Oh, that's really good," or like what she talks in this goofy ass accent,
Swedish or
and I was
something.
like, "Is this fucking real?" After I watched so many of them, I was like, "Is this actually? Is this real?" I don't even know. I was like, I feel like I'm getting tricked. I don't know if this is AI or whatever the hell the fuck's going
Guten
on.
Tag.
So I look her up, and that is a full blown just made up account that she has. She talks like a normal American white chick, and that is her side account. Is her just talking in this like weird, goofy accent, acting like she's this clueless foreign exchange student, and has like millions of followers. And I
Alright.
thought that was frowned upon to be talking in accents.
Yeah, that's where I draw the
No,
line.
not if it's so. She's doing like a Finnish or like,
She's doing a white accent.
She's doing a
Whatever
white
she's doing, she's
accent.
mocking it.
Yeah, but
Well, of
white
course.
accents are allowed to be mocked. You
White
should
on
know
white
this by
crime.
now, yeah.
All right, I don't know what she's doing, but either way, I
Can a
was like,
black person do a white accent?
I don't know. That'd be impressive.
Kodak Black does it all the time.
Yeah. I am
Yeah.
Kodak Black, but when you see me, I am white.
I ain't a project baby no more. I'm a suburban
I'm a
dude.
Suburban dude.
I'm a suburban dude. He kind of nailed it.
He does.
Bro, you know who has the best white voice? It's fucking Snoop Dogg. You seen his little...
Yeah, Dave Chappelle has a really good one too.
Yeah. You just put that southern
Yeah.
tail on it.
Southern drawl is like molasses just sort of spilling out of your mouth.
Andy Bernard, shout out.
The Nard Dog.
Nard dog.
All right, I'm done interrupting.
Okay.
So,
El Presidente?
anyway, I was thinking, would you rather be Buzz Lightyear or Woody?
Are we doing Final Four?
No, we're not going to do
Buddy.
that today. I
Woody.
figure we probably put that off until like the first of the year.
Woody.
No, you're wrong.
Woody gets.
That's actually the wrong
doesn't Woody
answer.
get the lady?
Jesse?
Yeah. Does Buzz have a piece? Does Buzz have
Bo
some-
Peep, ain't it?
I thought Woody
I thought
ended
he
up
got
with the
with Bo Peep.
horse.
Buzz gets Bo Peep, right? Or no?
Yeah,
Woody.
Buzz. That's what I thought. Buzz got Bo Peep.
Oh yeah.
Woody gets Jesse, the
I would
cowgirl.
choose Buzz right
Yeah.
off
Or
the
the
gate,
horse.
though,
Doesn't
just
he end
'cause
up with
he's
the horse?
Buzz Lightyear?
Don't him and the horse ride off and leave Jesse behind?
Jesse's definitely.
Is Jesse even in the first one?
I don't know.
God damn. I need to rewatch Toy Stories.
Yeah.
I really should.
Just the OG though. Honestly, I feel like they started getting weird after
banger,
3.
bro.
I would pick whoever gets pussy. And
I'd
if
watch
neither
one
of
and
them get pussy, I would pick Buzz
I
Lightyear.
don't know. Which
picking
toy
Buzz
would I be?
Lightyear.
Whichever toy gets the most pussy.
Yeah, I'm picking whichever one has the most fun without needing pussy. I'm picking Buzz Lightyear. This motherfucker flies to space and shit.
This
Acts
is a
like
joke
it.
podcast. I thought we were supposed to tell jokes. I want to be the toy that gets the most pussy.
That's a good bit.
Not
That's a
joking.
good one.
All good jokes contain true shit.
It's true. It's true. I'd rather be Buzz,
Buzz.
so I can fly.
Yeah, Buzz. for
Fly
real,
these
man.
hoes around.
But also,
Buzz
being
flying
a cowboy,
is drunk driving.
being a cowboy might be the second coolest thing behind being an astronaut.
Swear to God.
Being a cowboy is badass.
And we can't sit
Yeah,
here.
yeah, it
and
is.
we
I
can't
love a
act like
Western.
Woody's fit ain't fly as hell.
Yeah, and he's got a snake.
And he
in
got
his
the
boot.
badge. Dangerous.
Euphemism for a penis. Massive penises goes in his boot.
It's a euphemism for my penis is tucked into my boot.
He's a gangly motherfucker too.
He is.
He's built like a snake.
Yeah, he is.
And he's Tom Hanks.
Buzz is also a way better athlete. Goofy's
Is he? He's just like a
Goofy.
meathead, I thought.
no, but
goofy
like
ass
watch
dude
him
Woody.
run and then watch Woody run. Buzz is like
I think
locked
he's
in.
getting robot
Buzz looks like he
assistance.
could get a contract rushing off the edge.
Yeah, I agree. I think he could play like tailback.
Yeah.
Woody is a
You get fullback.
Woody's a corner at best, but a like probably not good one, a spaz one.
Dude, give Woody that freaking souped up spacesuit and try having Buzz run in those cowboy boots. Come on now.
Buzz is just a badass, bro. He like slides in, it's like bing, bing, bing.
That's
bops
all the suit.
everybody in the head.
That's all the suit.
Bing, bing, bing.
When he first
Boom,
gets
headshot.
there, I mean,
Boom,
like if his
headshot.
laser was really actual laser, all those toys would have been toast
Swear to
immediately.
God,
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't have even been. He would have wiped all of them off the face of the earth and then jumped out the window and been on his way.
If his laser was real, bro, he could have took down the dog probably.
That's true.
Probably anything to the eye with that thing.
Telling you.
You could probably do some damage if you left it in anybody's eye long enough.
My eye hurts just thinking about
it's
it.
not a
Yeah.
real laser.
That
It's
would
not
be.
the real death ray.
Could you imagine just like sitting here trying to watch a game and you do have a real live Buzz Lightyear in your house that's just like pissing you off, just like a little fucker.
Sitting there rooting for
And
the
he
other
just,
team.
he's just behind the refrigerator, just giving you like a little freaking laser to the eye. Dude, I'll fucking kill you. You can't catch this dude though. He's just
Dude,
out
they
there.
would be hard to catch.
You know, the neighbors call the cops for a domestic. He's like, "What's going on in here?" You're like, "I'm trying to kick this fucker, but I can't catch him."
He's on the fence.
He's in the bushes.
He keeps flying under the couch.
Buzz flying is drunk flying.
That's true.
Words to live by.
Yeah.
Okay.
So presidents. I was thinking we should get into presidents.
Round one matchup, or I guess
We're going back to round one. We're gonna walk through every one of them.
we're gonna go first matchup of the final four: Abe Lincoln versus Teddy Roosevelt.
Abe Lincoln, Teddy Roosevelt. I mean, I think this is one of the both of these matchups are good.
Dude, great.
They're good. I forgot the other one is a great one too.
Yeah, I know. I meant to research the real life beef the other matchup had, but I forgot. But we'll do it on air.
Abe Lincoln and Teddy.
We should
Teddy's a
reenact
scrapper.
We should reenact some beef they had.
Teddy's the only guy of all the research we did that actually like trained
Yeah.
anything inside the White House on record.
Yeah, I pretty much knew right out the gate I was going to take Teddy on this one. I know Abe has the reach. I know he might get the dirty fighting going, but I think Teddy honestly is pretty much well prepared for anything. Anything.
It's big talk out of your corner. Honestly, you think you got him ready?
The only thing I don't like is the name, Teddy. I don't think it's a good fighter's name.
It's a soft name.
It is,
It,
but
it
other than
implies
that-
a plushy, soft core.
Roosevelt doesn't really help the case either for like a good fighter name in my opinion. But
Roosevelt, that is true.
I'm just looking for a hard-bodied name. I guess I don't know. Yeah, he's got the hard-body playing style with like a soft name.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like when you're a big, mean guy and your nickname's Tiny.
Yeah, I could see that. Teddy Bear.
Yeah.
And then he just rips your head off.
Yep.
That's
I
probably
like
why
that.
people are always calling me super jacked pussy getter at work.
Nobody calls you that.
Okay, whatever, bro. It's only, they only do that when you're not there.
I've never heard anyone.
I
call
shadowed
you
one
that.
day and heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
Shadowed
I mean,
what?
see, he was there.
I shadowed your work one
Oh,
day.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've been watching you guys for a couple weeks now.
He just peeks his head out in random spots in the warehouse.
I wonder how long someone could get
Shit's
away with
going
that.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I've often thought if I took a day where I like just called in and played hooky, if I go and I sneak in
You're
the back
fired.
door,
What?
well, I mean,
You fired what?
not after I sneak in and get squatters' rights. I legit think you pick one of the 7 windows where the guy that's always standing there is taking a shit, and I think I could stay in there all fucking day, probably multiple days without getting noticed.
Multiple days?
Yeah,
Respect.
definitely. I mean, I'm just
It's not very. I mean,
I know
well,
for
you work there.
yeah, a regular
so you
person.
could work there and then just act like you're the last one there every day, and then no one would ever notice that you.
Well, I wouldn't
We're
do
staying
that.
there.
I wouldn't do that because I want the challenge of sneaking in while people are working there, knowing that I'm not like gonna be there.
Like make big announcement
Like,
that
I
I'm not
don't-
going to be here tomorrow, and then be there, but sneak around and never get caught
brother,
for 3 days.
When I'm not there, it's a big announcement. They spread the word for me.
Okay, well,
They ring a bell.
But I think if I just snuck in there one day when no one was expecting me, like didn't actually greet anybody, didn't tip anybody off, I'm actually positive I could last for a good 3 days. Except the only thing is I don't have food.
Yeah, you do. There's a vending machine. You gotta bring some cash.
And be sneaky with it.
I'm gonna have to be sneaky because you're gonna have to hit the machine.
And you're gonna have to dodge all the cameras. With
Yeah,
smoke
while
grenades.
the alarm's not on. So I bet if you time it right. See, now that's the tricky part is timing it out to where you can survive.
I think. Wait, how many days can you go without
All right,
food and
all right.
water again?
I'm
I think
starting
you're
to
good.
think-
Just starve it out.
2 days. I could do 2 days. After that, I'm gonna need to come out and get some real food.
Okay.
You get caught crinkling a water bottle.
All right, let's. We gotta.
You're like, oh.
We gotta
I think
roll.
I
We
could
gotta
last
roll
for a
through this.
while.
We gotta
Alright.
roll through this tournament.
Okay.
We probably took a little too long
Teddy.
to get to it. Yeah,
Teddy bear.
I think I'm.
I'm not ready
Lincoln-
to talk about this just yet, actually.
Lincoln is just so tall.
I think Teddy was 6 foot at least, though.
5'10".
Yeah,
5'10",
that's not-
200,
I think
210.
I'm
Asshole
going
doctors that lied.
that right there.
On Tinder, he was 6 foot.
With boots on though,
Yeah.
with shoes on.
If you were gonna say 5'8", I was gonna stick with Lincoln. But if Teddy's 5'10", I mean,
5'10",
that's perfectly
200,
fine.
205.
Yep. I'm going.
And he's trained in striking.
Yep, Teddy.
Teddy wins.
Okay, I'm voting for Abe then.
Okay, good for you.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Abe Lincoln
fuck you guys.
dies in the ring with Teddy.
And
Okay.
in the East,
We have James Madison and George Washington.
James Monroe.
James Monroe. James Monroe. Not James Madison. What a
Yeah, the 5'1"
It's James Madison. He's coming up from under the ring with a chair.
Oh, he's coming down with a shillelagh. Who's a WWE dude?
Finley and Hornswoggle.
Yeah, Hornswoggle. He's Hornswoggle. Dude, James Madison is Hornswoggle.
He really is.
Hornswoggle.
Okay, so
Hornswoggle is Madison. Madison is Hornswoggle.
you guys chop it up for a
Philosophy.
second about these two. I'm going to look up what their beef
All right,
is.
Evan, let's chop it up. What did you think about George when you met him? I thought he was kind of weird.
He looked like he had a strong chin in the pictures. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's made out of lead.
Yeah, strong chin made out of lead and
It's gonna break your hand if you punch his teeth.
yeah, no face shots. James Monroe probably knows about that.
Balls shots only with George.
Damn near. I mean, it's legal in this game. In this world.
Dude, quit donating so many tokens real quick. She's gonna be live all night, dude.
Freaking
You're fine.
AI won't. I'm pressing show more for the here's a more detailed look into their complex relationship, and it won't show.
I'm gonna guess
Oh,
they.
Well, here's what we know.
I'm gonna
we
guess
know.
they started as friends.
Here's what we know. We know. Here's what.
I don't know if they started as friends.
Here's what we know.
You think they started as lovers? And then
he was
morphed
like,
into
you
friends?
go across the river real quick, and then I'll come after you.
He's like, you go across. As soon as he got to the other side, he just started shooting at him across the river.
He got shot in the back by George Washington when he crossed. That's where the bullet wound came from. George was like, fuck.
Sure, get out there. Go ahead, cross it. I dare you.
George was like, I'm going to be first, you asshole. Tried to shoot him.
Here we go.
That's the beef.
Of course.
Okay, here we go. Early shared experiences. James Monroe and Washington initially had a good relationship forged during the Revolutionary War, where Monroe served under Washington's command, famously crossing the Delaware first.
Okay.
Never mind. Jay Treaty controversy. A major point of contention was the Jay Treaty, which Monroe criticized, leading to a rift between the two men. I don't know what the Jay Treaty is.
I'm assuming it was something somebody was like, we shouldn't war anymore. And George was like, all right, cool, let's have peace. And then Monroe was like, let's rip their fucking heads off. Yeah.
Do you know what a Federalist is?
Yeah, I think it's someone that works for the government.
No.
Freaking feds.
As the nation transitioned to a republic, political factions emerged with Washington and his close associate Alexander Hamilton leaning towards Federalist principles, while Monroe aligned with the Republican Party. Racist.
Federalists. It's got to be somebody who wants, it's got to be something related to wanting more government, probably. More regulations. It's got to be some
Probably.
federal.
The Jay Treaty was just a treaty for Great Britain and America after the Revolutionary War.
And which guy was like for it?
So George didn't want to stop fighting against them. Or
Yeah, I was gonna
George
say,
did,
this is gonna
George did
influence
want to
my
stop
pick.
fighting.
I don't know if see, here's the thing. We'd have to do some real life research to figure out what exactly James Monroe didn't like. I don't think James Monroe wanted to keep fighting.
Where was all this going down at? Let's go on scene. Let's get boots on the
treaty
ground and
addressed
see what's
some,
going
but
on.
not all the issues, including British evacuation of the forts in the Northwest Territory and commercial treaty granting the United States most favored nation status. However, it also included provisions that were seen as unfavorable to the United States, which this is probably the part that James Monroe didn't like, such as allowing British seizure of U.S. goods bound for France if they paid for them, and allowing confiscation of French goods on American ships without payment. Whoa, that's kind of soft body right there.
You're going to allow... So the first one confused me because it's like, well, we're going to let them take it.
But they got to pay for it.
If they paid for it.
Yeah.
It's like, that one, I guess, makes sense at least. You're getting money from somewhere.
Why would we let them do anything with France? Fuck them.
I don't know. I think we were good with France. I think they liked us. They gave us the big
Allowing
statue.
confiscation of French goods on American ships without payment? That is soft body as shit. Now I got to go.
They were like pirates.
What did James Monroe
Madison.
hate?
Madison.
Nope. About the Jay Treaty.
What did James Monroe hate the most?
This is
About
all
Madison.
research I meant
You
to do.
might be
before, so
surprised
it's
to
in time.
learn. It wasn't what, but who.
Yep. Jeopardize. That's exactly what he hated. Jeopardize American trade interests.
Yep. All right. I kind of got my pick.
Yeah, that right there telling me that's a bad.
I was
look
already
for
leaning
Washington.
Monroe. I was
That
already
was a
leaning
bad.
Monroe.
I mean, he crossed the Delaware first. He took a bullet. He was only 18 when he did it. George Washington was like a grown man who
Shot James
made
Monroe
him
in the
go
back
first.
when he crossed.
Yeah, damn near.
I mean, what was Jorge
And then
thinking? bro?
George Washington let John Jay, who I've never even heard of before, negotiate this treaty where the British just get to fuck up our French goods. What if I want that fucking goddamn brie cheese or whatever the fuck else is France?
Confiscation without any like
They're on
The only
American
thing
shit.
that we
It
were
made no
sending to
sense.
France
yeah.
was olive oil and cigarettes. That's the only thing they get in France. That's all they import.
Import.
Yeah.
and baguettes.
And baguettes.
That's
No,
the
they
only
make the
thing
baguettes.
that-
That's the only
croissant?
thing. That's the only
They
thing.
were seizing
Croissant?
French goods on American ships
Yeah, we were.
without no.
We were shipping it to France.
They
Fran-
had to pay for that.
Yeah.
If we were getting it from France on an American, if it was French good on an American ship, the British could seize it without payment.
Here's what I need to know.
That's bullshit.
Yeah,
was
that is
the
absolute
runs
bullshit.
between happening on a French ship or on an American ship?
American
were we
ship.
going and picking it up, or were they sending their boat to us?
We were going to get it from.
I don't think that really matters. It's just whatever
Well,
was happening.
are they messing with the French boats too?
If it's
What if-
a U.S. good on the way to France, doesn't
Yeah.
matter what boat. They were messing with French boats because they were fighting at war still, I think. They hated each other.
They didn't
were
like the
probably-
French, really. How could someone not like the French?
The French helped us in the Revolutionary
How could
War.
someone not like French?
Yeah,
it's
they
crazy.
smell weird and
They got it
all
figured
they
out
got
with their
going for 'em is
bakeries,
the
though.
freaking
Yeah,
Eiffel
they know
Tower
what
and
they're
their
doing.
croissants.
Bread, bro.
They know what they're doing over there. Fashion.
And they're obviously very, very skilled at sex trafficking, so
Why do you say that?
that's where all the movies about sex trafficking take place.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
is
it's always
kinda
Paris.
true. It's always
That's weird.
Europe.
It
not
is always
necessarily-
It
Europe.
feels like it's always
Sometimes
Paris.
it's like the Balkans too. It's like, oh, I'm in Romania.
The Europeans are some.
I'm in Romania alone. Hey.
Okay,
Hey.
That's
so
it.
I'm James Monroe.
I'm James Monroe.
How can you guys both be James Monroe?
So what do you think?
What the fuck does it matter? All right. If
Just
you guys
pick
want to
one.
keep ganging up on me all day,
Yeah,
that's
my
fine.
bad.
You know what? Take James Monroe. I don't care.
I
Who
did.
would you have picked? Just say it.
James Washington. Booker T. Washington.
George is a grown man. It's gonna beat his ass.
James Monroe it is. So
So
James Monroe versus
versus
Teddy.
Teddy. The matchup everybody was expecting.
I think James Monroe's a dark horse that nobody knew a lot about. To be
Yeah,
honest.
I agree.
George Washington letting.
I
the
think maybe
French-
we make George fight Abe still anyway.
No, George Washington letting British take French goods off U.S. ships really makes me mad.
That's still.
To this day, that I just learned about today.
Why
but
didn't we just put guns on the ships and shoot them away when they tried to seize our stuff?
Because GW was like, that's fine. Just let them take it.
Yeah,
Just let them have it.
That's stupid.
yeah. It is.
That's our. It's
They're
our
hungry
stuff.
people too.
I mean, I'd have to do more research, but
Yeah.
I need to get a grasp
It seems
around
like the
that.
21st century version of that would be like, hey, when you're traveling to Mexico with stuff in your car, when you get to the border, they can just steal all of it from you. And
But
that's
it's
it.
British people.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, it's like
It's like if you were coming from Mexico
you
to
can't drive.
America,
Yeah, but you can't.
Canada could just take all your shit out of your car. That's what it's like.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Yeah, it is.
That is majorly
Why would Canada
fucked.
be down there?
That's my point.
They had no business being
you
over there in
understand
France.
it yet? Because you seem like you really don't
right.
grasp. what
I'm
saying.
starting to get it. I'm just trying to figure out.
Why?
Well, now that I know they were fighting with French people too, it's making more sense. But I just didn't know if it's like when we're driving past, they're going to France, they're fucking with our shit, or when France is driving past, coming to us, they're fucking with it. But it turns out it's both. So,
I mean, both. There was grounds for either situation.
Yeah.
And there was a set of rules for either situation. It sounded like.
which is either way, it
There
turns
should be
up.
no rule. There should be like, if you want,
It should
our
be
shit,
like, yeah, if you
should have
want to
won the
steal
war.
it, go ahead. We're gonna try to shoot you.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, I mean, let's just let them take it. It's like, yeah, we can let them try to take it.
Yeah.
If they want to come try, let them.
All right.
We'll shoot
Does
'em.
everybody have their pick in mind? I was gonna say we should all say who we pick at the same time
At the same time. Okay, so we got Teddy Roosevelt,
versus James Monroe.
documented boxer and just
Fighter.
all types of combat enthusiasts. Because
James
if I'm not mistaken, he liked like all types of fighting, right? Wasn't that?
He liked to wrestle.
Yeah, wrestling.
He liked to wrestle. He was especially good at boxing or interested in boxing. Boxed a lot.
And then we got James Monroe. Took a bullet for
The country.
basically that
country.
kicked off the country. The bullet that kicked off the country.
Yeah.
Talk about shot heard around the world.
Yeah, that was a lesser known shot.
It was. So I didn't even know that was a thing. And he beat with George Washington. That stat alone is hard body. What is the size differential here?
Yeah, this is going to come down to size. I feel like they're similar.
Teddy's definitely heavier. I think they're about the same height, though.
You said
I don't
Teddy was
think
what?
I had Monroe. Teddy's 5'10", like 200, 205. He's listed at 200. He's also listed at 210.
James Monroe, 6 foot 190.
6
Okay,
foot
so we got a fair
190.
fight on our
Oh, he
hands.
also did the Louisiana Purchase, and I forgot about the Monroe Doctrine. The Monroe Doctrine was
I do
hard
remember the
body.
Monroe Doctrine. He basically just said, y'all can't come and touch us anymore.
And he absolutely dominated his election. 68% of the vote. I think it's the most ever
Nice.
to this day.
So he did the Louisiana Purchase, huh?
Yeah,
Why do Lewis and Clark get all the credit?
they don't at all.
Bullshit.
They mapped out the West, you moron.
Why do I know their names then?
Because they mapped out the West with Sacagawea, who is your namesake on all social medias.
Oh, like we wouldn't have figured out what it looked like when we got there eventually.
Once we made planes, we would have figured it out.
We would have got there anyway. It's not
Going-
like it would be unmapped still if they didn't go out there.
That's when Orville Redenbacher created the plane, right?
Dude, don't talk about my cousins like that.
Isn't he from Indiana?
Who?
Over Redenbacher?
Fuck that guy. I'm talking about the Wright brothers. Those are my cousins. Don't be talking about Kitty Hawk. That's my
The
homeland.
fam from the
Okay,
land.
so everyone
of Lincoln.
did everyone know what they need to know about their decision?
Yeah. I have my mind made
Can
up.
I ask a question first?
Yeah.
Do you guys believe that I'm actually going to say one of the two names on 3?
You have to.
Okay,
Don't-
perfect. Let's
don't-
do it then.
don't be a
Let's do it
fuckwad,
then.
just
Let's do
pick
it.
one.
Let's go.
This is
I'm
our
ready.
one shining moment.
For real, don't ruin this. This
I'm
is for you. Don't. You're not the one spinning all the time making the fucking graphics. Don't fucking ruin it, you piece of shit. All right. I'm just gonna mute him. Unplug his mic.
Unplug his mic.
Turn his TV off.
Okay.
Turn his TV off.
All right, and then once we say this, we have to abruptly end because I know you guys hear what I'm hearing right now, and the
Yeah.
listeners probably do too.
Yeah.
Okay. So on 3.
Yep.
All right.
So let's all count together.
Okay.
So are we all talking over each other at the
We're
same
gonna
time?
all
Yeah,
say
we're
at the
all
same
gonna
time.
go
We'll be able to.
1, 2, 3, X.
Yep. Not on shoe. It's 1, 2, 3. Say.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. 3,
1.
2.
Wait.
Whoa.
Yeah, I did that on purpose. Lock back in.
Okay,
Lock
all
back
right.
in. Lock back
I'm
in.
I was
locked
about to
in.
say, hold
All
on.
right, all right. 1, 2, 3.
It's under
Monroe.
protest.
You're a fuckwad.
Monroe.
You ruined it.
No, it's Teddy.
Yeah,
it's
he ruined it.
Teddy.
He ruined it.
Fucking ruined the whole fucking
told you I was
tournament.
All right, show's over.
I
The
told you
whole-
not
the whole
to. You
tournament.
did. You just ruined it.
Teddy Roosevelt.
You just said the other name.
I thought about it and I went Teddy.
Who just won? Who just had their one
Monroe
shining
just-
moment?
Teddy.
James Monroe just won, and you fucking ruined it.
I finally get to be a
The
deciding
one
factor in one of the fights, and this is how you guys want to treat it?
You would have been the deciding factor if you just
I
said
still
it.
am.
No, you're
The
not.
ball is tipped.
I can't believe you just
There,
did that. That was the
James
most
Monroe is-
selfish move in podcasting. I've
He's
ever
running
seen
for
in
his
my
life. James Monroe's a shooting star.
That is the most
You
selfish
just ruined
podcasting I've ever witnessed.
So who was your actual pick?
I actually am picking Teddy.
So why-
100%
so why-
legitimately.
Monroe won.
So why did you say
The
not
film-
a name and then you said Monroe first?
I forgot who he was fighting. Teddy's a fighter, bro. I'm picking
Monroe
Teddy.
wins.
I am-
Monroe wins.
Okay.
By
If you want,
default.
if you guys want Monroe, that's fine.
Disqualification. No,
Disqualified.
no. This is.
You
I
can't
can-
Next
disqualify
week,
him.
baby.
Split.
Next week.
We're gonna
It's
lose
Monroe.
on a fucking disqualification because Zach has to be the star of the show. I mean, that's just insanity.
That's pretty on brand, actually. I don't know why you're thinking that's
Episode
I
insane.
legit
58.
don't know who won. I don't know who won.
James Monroe
Next
won.
week?
No, who fucking
James
won?
Monroe won.
You've asked me several
Absolutely,
times,
James
and I've
But
said
you're
Teddy.
picking Teddy.
I am-
You're dead ass. You're picking Teddy. You're done being a fucktard.
No, I don't.
Teddy
And
Roosevelt.
now I have to bleep that out.
No, you didn't. You said fucktard. There's no problem with fucktard.
That's a completely different word.
Fucktard is
Whatever you were
perfect.
thinking.
So fucking God, you actually
James
just
Monroe
grinded.
won.
That's gonna piss me off until we record next week, and I'm still gonna be pissed off.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
Should we flip a coin?
Episode 58.
So Teddy Roosevelt wins
Teddy
the fucking
Roosevelt.
dumbass
No, James
tournament, I
Monroe
guess.
wins.
He's picking Teddy.
I'm going based off
He's
first
picking
answer.
James now, apparently.
I'm going off first answer that I heard.
So stupid.
I heard 2 James. And
This is
1 Teddy.
exactly what I wanted at the end of the show. This is the most on brand for our show.
Let's
It's not on brand for our show.
Leo
'Cause
was
this was
pick-
the one thing we've actually kind of done all the way through. If we get to the last fucking thing,
I knew it wasn't gonna work.
straight
I knew it
ruined
wasn't.
I told you guys before I wasn't
I knew
gonna
he
do
wasn't.
it.
And then I
do it.
said, seriously, don't do it. And then you did it anyways.
You thought because you said be serious
You
that
be
I was
serious
just going
this
to be
time.
serious? Come on.
That's fair. I would have gotten so mad too. I did earlier actually at Leo already. So
I was about to say you guys got pretty wound up. I was hoping I could get you riled up again.
don't
It did
do
work a little
Fucking
bit.
Tuesday. That's a fucking Tuesday for me and Evan.
Yeah, that is. It really
actually
is.
It's probably why we like each other.
Let's say because we can get red in the face, pissed off about something, and then go right back to being mad at you for fucking up the draft. Or the,
Okay.
And I will. That's my cross to bear till we record next
All
week.
right.
You're
No,
welcome.
so I guess
fellas.
Teddy Roosevelt wins the tournament. Teddy won.
Teddy wins. Teddy's just a better fighter.
All right.
All right.
That's a sode.
Right.
Shout out to Scoops Ice Cream and
Shank
Shank It
it.
Golf.
Big wings.
Big wings? Question mark?